We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask from returns for you guys to smash that like button. And here we are with SENS Stock, Muln Automotive Inc. And the stock continues to range within this consolidation zone and fighting to hold support. Now, the beginning of the day was pulling downwards. It wasn't the only stock falling in its sector. Tesla fell as well. And our Tesla bot sent out a bear indicator at 9:40 a.m. And from that moment forward, within minutes to an hour, put options went up 100% plus, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to our SPY bot, our QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the market. So SENS stock here, fighting to get back above 80 cents. We have some key levels to talk about based off the chart and what 42 vision is showing. But before we break it all down, I want to share with you guys the home and opportunity I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And as you see popping up on the screen, these were some of our home runs so far this week. We strive for opportunities like these every single day. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. And we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So both of these stocks gave jumps at 3 to 5%, 5 to 10% plus, but one of them turned out to be a home run, and that was CLWT. We caught this one in the pre-market consolidating towards the bell. It jumped up nearly 10 to 20%, pulled back down and jumped up after the bell, giving a highest point of 30% plus, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And we look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with SENS stock, Muln Automotive Inc. ranging within this consolidation, and we need to talk about some key levels and zoom out from the 30-minute up towards the 4-hour and the 1-day to see the bigger picture. But let's go ahead and pull up the bull and bear indicators, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to the SPY bot, the QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. And you can now join the members using these resources to maximize in either direction by receiving this edge and clarity over the charts. Now, we're also going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds an extra layer of confirmation within the volatility apart from 42 vision. So let's go ahead and break it all down here. So here we are with SENS stock. It went under a bear indicator and it just got a bull indicator. Now, on the inflow versus outflow on the 30-minute, it's been this way for days that the outflows have outweighed. That's why things have been kind of sideways consolidating here and having trouble to go higher. Why? Because outflows are still outweighing and inflows have not picked up. The last time inflows picked up was on August 1st, and things picked up from 78 cents all the way up to 91, sat sideways, started to go down the next day, and even when it ran up again, this right here was a divergence because outflows were outweighing and things quickly a few days later collapsed, right? So all of this movement here was an opportunity within the volatility. Very risky though, with outflows outweighing. But if you zoom in on the 15-minute and you look at what went on there, you could see how those inflows picked up, and you could see it from this time frame within the volatility from a different perspective, right, on August 2nd. Now, back to the 30-minute here. We are under a bull indicator since the pre-market. Within the volatility, it's still been holding true. We shifted back to dark green, and if we look back at the 15-minute, it just got a bull indicator and inflows cross. We want this to continue, and we want the 30-minute to pick up inflows as well. And I'm going to be watching for this to break through resistance, which is 81.46, and then back up towards 83 cents. I think this is pivotal to the upside, having some strength here for the bulls. Now, on the 4-hour though, we just shifted back towards from red to red with green borders. We had hit it for the first time here on the 9th yesterday in the pre-market, and it lasted very short. And now we have 3 bars back to back, and I stated I was going to be watching for that and a continuation to the upside, but outflows are still outweighing here on the 4-hour, and we're under a bear indicator. We need a bull indicator to pop up in the possible move to cancel out that bear indicator. Super important. Watching this very carefully here at these levels on the 4-hour. On the 1 day, we're still under red bars, but it's actually consolidating, sitting sideways. It's not just a steep downward trend anymore. It's actually sitting sideways there with these last 3 bars. We want to see this hold support. You can see how support has been hit several times, and the inflows are outweighing. This is the only thing holding up the stock from completely collapsing to below the 52-week lows of 52 cents or even down towards $0, right? That's the one thing that shows us on the 1 day. But when you zoom in on the 15-minute, you could see the times it's crossed when things go up, the times it's crossed when things go down, and within the volatility right now, it's under a bull indicator, trying to fight to get back towards 81.46, trying to get back towards 83 cents. And on the 30-minute, I'm going to be watching this very carefully. If it could continue to curl upwards and break through key resistance levels, and this bull indicator to not get canceled out by a bear indicator in any possible pullback to the downside. I'm going to be watching that very, very carefully here in the charts. And the inflows, we want to see them pick up. Right now, they're red, and below the outflows are outweighing. We want it to cross back up like it did here. And when that point crossed, it went from 78 cents all the way up to the 90s, or guaranteeing that that's going to happen, but it is something to watch, and we have something to go ahead and base it off of to see what's going to happen next. But that's the key thing I'm watching here on the 30-minute, for this to continue to push up, break towards 83 cents, and if that's accomplished, the next resistance is 86.87, and to the downside, our support here that has been pivotal is 78 cents, and below that, 76 cents, 75 cents. So I've been asked by many in the comments section down below how the inflow versus outflow adds that extra layer of confirmation between the bull and bear indicators and the dip areas and the rip areas. And here on Tesla, since MULN stock is a penny stock, it takes a lot more volume to move, and Tesla's constantly moving. You could see here different scenarios. So the first one is when it crossed here on August 8th, things were actually sitting sideways, and then it took off, right? As soon as it plateaued and it went red and crossed again, things were coming back down, and when they crossed, it became more significant, right? It held down the stock from this area to this area once that whole cross section happened. Now, the next day, the outflows outweighed so much that even when it tried coming back up in the pre-market and sitting sideways there, it went directly to red, continued further downwards, and you could see that big drop there and full transition from the rip area, which is bright green bars, all the way down to white with red borders. And in between, you got that bear indicator there as an extra layer of confirmation. That's the whole point of the bull and bear indicators, and the transitions that 42 vision shows in the inflow versus outflow just adds that extra layer of confirmation on why certain movements are happening like today. So things went upwards, and you could see those inflows, and quickly things started to pull back, shifted from green to red in the process of this one bar. Got that bear indicator in that one bar on the 30-minute, and it crossed. The outflows crossed, and then it finally bottomed, sat sideways, and the moment it crossed back up, going from red to green and about to cross here, was about 3 bars after that dip area, and then the continuation and the momentum picked up for the rest of the day. You could just see that move up, and it went from literally the 868 area to 883, a $20 jump in a matter of minutes to hours. That's the whole goal with the inflow versus outflow. On the 30-minute, I'm showing it to you, but it works on different time frames. The 15-minute, you can also pull up the 5-minute. Same thing, right? When the outflows actually were red, they crossed right here, literally the first bar once the bear indicator after it was popping up, and things continued to go downwards, and it did a rip area transition to a dip area, and from that dip area back to the rip area here, you could see how inflow started to pick up. It was fighting, and then when it pulled up a little bit away from the midpoint, you got that move, and the transitions back and forth. You can see the volatility, but the overall direction was back up, not just on the 5-minute, but also on the 15-minute, on the 30-minute, once those inflows cross. and things got more predominant, and it was sitting sideways there, and then it went higher, guys. So super important to realize that this is all about having an edge and clarity over the charts to maximize within the volatility, guys, and you can now gain access to it as well. Check out the link down below. We look forward to having you join us, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.